What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to an episode of On the Bench with Pete. This is the paint along series where you paint your miniatures whilst I'm painting mine, or build yours whilst I'm building mine, or vice versa, whatever you're doing. So pick up a brush, a model, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going with Deathwatch Enoch Sorlock, the one I picked up initially. Been primed and been painted with Abaddon Black to establish his black armour. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go around the edges of the armour, and I'm going to use, if I can find it, there we go, Eshin Grey. That's the one I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to give that a shake up and then we'll get started. So I've also got some other bits and pieces to do like I normally do. I've got some Congo stuff which I'll come on to. I've got the responses from my question, which is great. I'll get a nice consistency with this one. So I'm just going to sort my palette out here. Right, I'm going to use that space there. Okay, so let's water this down somewhat. A little bit more, I think. Yeah. That's the way I want to go. Right, okay. So I'm going to pop my glasses on. That's my, yep. That's the one that I'm going to be using. Perhaps have some more light on the subject. Find an appropriate brush. This is where you see all the mega pre-planning that goes into these. Not going to be that one, although I might need that one in the future. Something like that would be good. It's a Winsor and Newton one. Now these are unusual brushes, by the way. These Scepter Gold ones. They're a combination of sable and synthetic. So yeah, they're pretty good. That one might be too small. I'm not sure. I might have a go anyway. So let's get started and try it out. Nice new brush. So I'm just going to try picking out some of the details here. So hope your projects are all going well. I'm liking what I'm doing at the moment. Liking getting back into the swing of things. And it was all thanks to Congo. So as you probably are aware, I'm quite into that game at the moment. That's why I built the tents, actually. The canvas tents, because I'm going to be using them in Congo. I just can't afford to buy that sort of stuff. So I'm not brilliant at this, but sorry for the silence. and my coughs. So still a bit of a sore throat going on. But we'll come to your responses soon enough. I basically asked you what, if you were to play another game or get into another game, what would it be? Occasionally you'll get a similar question come up or something, but I'm always thinking of new viewers, which is why I don't mind at all getting questions repeated on P&Q, because for one thing, you get new viewers, and they might not necessarily have seen the earlier episodes. And for two, opinions change, don't they? They're not set in stone. Just because you have an opinion on something one day, you might change your mind the next, and that's perfectly fine. I don't see what's wrong with that. You want to change your mind, that's your prerogative. Excuse me. They got a strange backpack. When I've done this and I'll let it dry, I'll go around with a lighter grey of some sort, and then we'll do his arm, I suppose. It's not easy to see when you're doing these greys and whatnot. I'm a bit more attentive to this, because I want it to be a really good paint job, He's only got one real foot, because the other one's an augmentation. So I'll probably be doing that one lead belcher, like his arm. Which I will be doing in due course. I'm not sure all these bits of armour are going to remain black, but I'll highlight these now, just so that got myself a nice cup of tea ready to go. Oh, I've just realised I need to pop that, excuse me, timer on there, so I can see what I'm doing and how long I'm taking. Yeah, I would reckon that was just the bottom of his leg that's augmented, so I'm going to highlight the bottom, or what would be above his knee if he had a knee. And yeah, get him right. I've been obviously I was asking my question last week, because as you know I'm wanting to get into another game next year sometime, and I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to factor lots of things in the decision on what games to get into. Obviously, what I actually want to get into, what I feel may be good for the channel. Yeah, I'm trying to factor in what might be easy to produce games for solo if need be. So all these things. Desperately want to get that line up there. Yeah, I really do want these to be a good paint job, you know. So I'm trying to push myself. I'm going to pop another light on. So I've got all the lights going now. I'm trying to push myself to do a good paint job. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good, I think. Right. Okay. Maybe one more. So when I do the next grey of highlights, I'm not going to go as far as I have with this one. Right, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to pop him over there. I know that he's not going to take long to dry, but I do have other things I'd like to do. Those tents I did the tutorial on, I found a couple of resin fireplaces which I want to paint up, and a resin barrel. So I've got plastic barrels as well. I might have a couple more. This one's not crushed, so I think that one would be good to do. So what I'm going to do with that one, just pop a bit of primer on that one. So I've turned him around the other way, you see. I see a bit in there that I missed. Oh, yeah. I've got an idea to be using some weathering powders on this, like a like a grey ash, to make it look like the fire has burnt out. Could try and simulate flame, but I'm not sure if I want to go down that route. I think it'd be easier to do water than flame, personally. That's just my own personal opinion. So that was just a quick off the cuff thing there, that little bit of priming. I've got to do a similar thing with these, but I'm not priming. I am using matte varnish. I bought myself a new matte varnish back along. This is the old pot here. The reason I've put a lot in there is because I want to do not just these, I want to do my tents as well, and bring them over in a moment. So these are easy. I'm just going to literally whip around this side of these. That's that done. There you go. Dab it on the grass. Then once they're dry, they can go away in my Congo box. I don't know, it's sometimes better to use PVA than matte varnish on the grass. I've had the same results though, thinking about it. So, I was asking, like I said, I was asking what games you might be into if you weren't into the game you're into currently. Some of it's 40k, some of it's historical. There we go. Done. I'm going to get the tents in there. So grab my tents. What I made on my tutorials. So I've got 4 of them. And I was very pleased at how they turned out because they're very sturdy and yeah. So I might use a different brush for this. Anyway, we'll start with Idic Beer. His response was, "Great vid, mate. I think I would go with Vikings." Smiley face. Also, thanks for the paint along. That was fun. Well, you are most welcome. So I enjoyed doing it. Go with Vikings, eh? A lot of people out there are into Vikings. Yeah. So anything involving Vikings. I don't know. I think Saga might do. If you want a Viking fix, I'm sure there's a billion other game systems that will allow you to play Vikings if you so wanted to. So yeah, that's cool. Vikings. I actually was into Vikings when I was a kid. I used to watch the old Viking movies and things like that. That was really good. Yeah, I used to be quite into Vikings. They were always quite good, and the fighting and that did quite well. So I always thought, yeah, I'd probably be a Viking if I was in that sort of era. Like you do when you're a kid. Just these have had PVA, but I'll just put a matte varnish on for even more protection. And I know you can use varnish on this flock because you can spray it on. So yeah, so that was Idic Beer's response. Someone else asked a question which was for Pinky. Well, luckily I picked it up here so we can skip that one. That leaves me with Frost and Fists and Tattoo for You. Now, Frost and Fists. What do you say? You say, great video, Pete. I think it's if it's just any other game, Frostgrave had really captured my interest. Especially the new expansion for Barbarians. That sounds cool. If it's a specific time period of gaming we would jump over to, I think I would look for games with either Viking or Samurai / Ninja era themes. As always, stay frosty, my friend. That's cool. So again, the Viking thing comes up. As for the Samurai / Ninja, perhaps Ronin or Daisho would be your thing. I'm going to do some more Ronin later on because I've still got some Ronin figures to paint. And I've got I do have some scenery for Ronin now, or scenery that I could use in Ronin. But what I could do with doing is making a couple of buildings or something. Right, so that's one done. So he's going to go over and dry. It's amazing how much stuff you get out of these pots. So, leaves the last one being tattoo for you. Who says, as always, good, great chill, my friend. Glad I could be of some assistance. As for the genre time period, I'm leaning towards modern, with the release of Walking Dead's all-out war game. It's really made me want to do some sentry and characters from the game. Tabletop combat has awesome modern MDF terrain for it, and it just draws me in more. I think if I can find the money, that's what I will do. Take care, amigo. That's great, you know. It's lovely to hear that you've all got that something that you would do if you had the money. Not that it's not great that you haven't got the money now, but it is great that you've got another I don't know, interest out there, like a possible something else that you might do. That excites me, because I think, oh, you never know. It's always good. I'll tell you what I like doing is following people in their journeys through games. You know, from start to finish sort of thing. Like, you know, say I don't know, Marvel superheroes, for example. If someone was to start that, it's enjoyable to watch, or Bolt Action, even any game really. Someone to start their journey. You know, maybe buy a starter set, like Malifaux, whatever, just to see how and where they go and how they progress with it. I find it fascinating. Making that awful sound. Just trying to get the very last of my matte varnish out there. Sure, I get this gravelly stuff done. I know it all comes off anyway with time and use, but it's good to get what you can on, you know. I think I'm about done on that one. So that's another one. I'd already varnished the edges. That's another one done. To dry. Once they're dry, of course, I shall pop them into some sort of storage. Find a space on my shelf somewhere. Open my brand new matte varnish. Excellent. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, I gotta think of games that A, I like, and B, I think it'd be good for the channel, and C, could like maybe expand, open up my genre to a different, to invite more viewers in, you know. I am thinking about a sort of game like such as Blood Bowl or that kind of thing. Although I'm thinking more along the lines of Guild Ball. I am. Just as an, like, I don't know, an extra. Nothing I do will be replacing anything, I don't think, anymore. At least that's how I'm feeling at the moment. I've got so many like playlists that I have on my channel, and I have to go back and revisit them at some point, which I'm looking forward to doing. It's just that I can only do one thing at a time, you know. For instance, I'm looking forward to getting back to my Dungeons and Dragons stuff, because we're all set to play Dungeons and Dragons here now. Maybe even work out a way of filming the game. Maybe. However, that said, I really enjoyed Spider 666's take on how he did it, but that is kind of, I don't know, one of the things he's done, so I don't really want to copy that as such. I may just give a story update on the campaign or something like that, whilst working on the miniatures and terrain for the games. That might be something different, I don't know. I think I can conduct a good narrative. Okay. Last one, my friends. I didn't think I'd be doing these 10s actually. I'm glad I'm doing them again though, because I'm thinking of doing more. I want to try to do some round ones next time. That's amazing to think it's just a cereal box. Works for me. I suppose with the PVA it's kind of like a paper mache type thing, isn't it? But it goes solid, it really does. Nice and sturdy. More than sturdy enough for any game, really. I mean, you could drop them. I can't see them damaging from like falls. They'd be more sturdy than resin ones, to be truthful. There's no danger of them chipping or anything like that. I did them on irregular basis because I don't know, I think it fools the eye more if they're all on exactly the same round or or oval shaped bases, all identical. I kind of think it draws the eye more. It shows up the fact that they're just like scattered terrain, really. But anyway, that's that done. Hey, 10's all done. That is excellent. That's good. Time for a sip of tea. I think I have earned my tea. Right. The totem hole things are already drying. So I have got these guys. There's a lot of straps to do on these things, so maybe I could do that. Anything? I think the band around his hat could go black, I think. No, I should get more gold than anything. He's strapping. Not really. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to have use these for Congo figures. Those there. Alright, we're going to go for black. Excuse me, I'm just sipping my tea. So Abaddon black. I'll do that, then I can go back to the Death Watch guy, I think. Right. First things first, let's clean up some of these brushes a bit. These are already old brushes anyway, so they're great for a varnish and things like that. Turn my palette around. And there goes another brush. That's fine, it's got a gajillion brushes. These, I'm not going to thin down the paint because it's just plain metal straps. Very flat ones as well. So what I will do is pop the paint. Yeah, well, we might water it down slightly, I suppose. Ever so slightly. Right. Okay, so I'm going to have to think of a question before the end. I realise that. So my question then, thinking about goals for your hobby and your YouTube channel, do you have any, well, I'm sure we've all got goals, but do you have, it's a two-part question. A, do you have a realistic goal? When I say realistic, I don't mean that anything is unrealistic. I mean one that might happen sooner rather than later. B, any like long-term goals that you would love to have happen in the far future, perhaps, or one day. Yeah, that's my question. What are your future goals? So, short term and long term, put them that way instead. What are your short term goals and long term goals for your hobby and the channel that you run? / or the channel you run. Because not everybody utilises their YouTube channel with the hobby, they just use it to watch other channels. So there, I think I've covered all bases. Okay, this is a great brush, by the way. I went in to where my wife works yesterday to help out with filing, which was cool. It was really fun. I know it doesn't sound it, but I found it really fun because I got to watch you know, what my wife does during her working day, how she deals with the clients of the company, and yeah, it was just nice to do. Hopefully I can get an opportunity to do that again sometime. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have a bonus question as well. This is more of a personal question, though if anyone can answer me, I'd be grateful. And that is, does anybody know What's happened? What on earth has happened to General Splatton? Is he okay? Does anybody know what's if he's all right? He seemed to quite a long time ago now stop making videos, but it seemed quite sudden. I'm just hoping everything's okay. I hope he's all right. If anyone does know, I'd be interested to hear. I know that YouTubers in general, they drop off for various reasons. Fatalities, not the least of them, but it's I just hope everything's okay. So if anybody does know, they could let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate that, because I used to enjoy his channel. Well, I think he had 3 channels. I only ever found 2. He had General Splatton and Splatton Studios, both of which have been inactive for some time now. But I used to get really a good, cool idea off of him. He used to do something, I think, hey, that's a cool idea, I want to try that. Yeah. Just want to do this guy's hair whilst I was here doing the black straps, so that's him done. Black strap around this guy's hat. I've got to do his tunic at some point. There isn't actually a black tunic here that I want him to have, so God. So I haven't even got any factions of Congo yet, but these guys, this adventure pack's more seeing how I like painting them, and I quite like painting them. Though being metal, they ship very easily. I'm going to have to create some save points, I think, if I'm going to take a while to do these figures. Yes. So I wonder what. So Christmas is nearly upon us. The season of Christmas. And I'm wondering what sort of weather we're going to have for Christmas this year. Whether it'll be wet or dry, for starters. So that's my number one question. Is it going to be wet or is it going to be dry? It probably won't snow. Don't usually get snow here very often. I mean, I admit it's nice to see it snowing. I can remember being in work, watching it snow out the window, thinking, oh, that looks nice, but when you go drive home, it's a real pain. It's not so cool then. Right, I've done his hat and his shoes. Couple more bearers. They are bearers. So the game describes them as bearers. It's kind of hard to see where the paint is settled in the palette because of the light reflecting off of it. Sorry if there's like awkward angles. It's not really about seeing what I'm doing anyway, is it? It's not like a tutorial. Though I was asked if I'd do tutorials on painting Congo. More like just what colours I use. So I'll do that. It's very quiet here. I like that though. What's your hobby space like? Quiet or noisy? That's not the question, by the way. If you've just skipped through the video, that isn't the question. I'm doing the hair on the bear as well. I mean, I thought I might as well. May as well get that done. Because he's got this trunk on his head. It's not easy. I'll be doing exactly the same in a minute on the other one. It's the same figure. Two of them. Yeah. I think we're almost there. Yeah. Oh, not quite. This is now last one with the strapping. Then I'm going back to Anox, the Deathwatch guy. So anyway, yeah, so I went in to my wife's work yesterday, did some filing, it was fun. Hopefully I'll get to do it again. I'm sure I will. It's entirely voluntary. I just wanted to go and do something different. It's good, gets me out of the house, I suppose. I've started playing chess again after a very long time of not playing it. I used to play it a lot when I was at school, so I just started getting into that again. Had a cool game against it. I mean, I played on the plane going out to Florida. Yeah, it was going out, and enables you to. They got like an intranet thing, and I was playing one of the other passengers. I don't know who, but that was fun. It's fun because I won. I've always been quite good at chess. I used to belong to the chess club at my school. Time to wash the brush off, man. A bit caked there. Do his hair yet. Speaking of hair, I may as well do the hair on all the figures that are having black hair. Makes sense, right? Right. So, Princess, whatever she's called, she's getting black hair too. Yeah, so I'll repeat my actual question again. What short-term goals have you got for your channel and hobby, or hobby? And what long-term goals have you got for your channel and or hobby? So mine, short-term goals. Short-term goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. My long-term goal is to travel around take my channel, travel around and visit people and stuff. That's what I want to do. Whether that's in this country or not doesn't matter, because it's a long-term goal. So I can do that. It was a good idea of mine to do the hair on all the figures whilst I was here. This figure I'm doing now, I believe, it's the same figure I was used as a hostage in my last game of Congo with Ralph. I think it is, anyway. It was one of them. The other one was all the shawl. I'm pretty certain of that. Right. Anyone else need their hair doing? Yeah, they do. That's that one. You're gonna have a black beard. I'll do it black. I suspect he might be grey by the time I've finished. Okay, so that's that. That's them. Excuse me. That's them done. So, go back to Enoch Sorlock and Fenrisian Grey, I think I said. No, where would I? Ah, here we go. And it's not going to be as much of this grey. Surrounded by old brushes. Maybe just a little thicker. What about the consistency of airbrush paint, really? So, with this Scepter Gold 2, this is a brilliant brush, this. I'm not even sure what size it is. Scepter Gold 2 101. Synthetic and slash sable. Sable slash synthetic. Get it the right way around in a minute. Okay. Alright. It's going to be not easy. Not easy. Yeah. Very subtle. We want it very subtle, which I think I am achieving. I think. I think I am anyway. Sorry if the angle's weird here. So you're trying to get it, not cover as much of an area as the Eshin Grey. Which is easier said than done. Okay, wow. That ain't easy at all. He doesn't have a helmet on though, so I haven't got that to do. Right, I think we got it. Pretty much. Yeah. Like in that. Okay. Alrighty. Gonna do the lead belt chart of that. So that's iron breaker, which I will be using. But lead belcher somewhere. I'm sure I have it. There we go. The lead belcher. Very messy, this one. Put it in there. I might use if I've got any, some medium with that, or thinners. Thinners, I think. Yeah, thinners. Cool. That was lucky. Nearly had lead belcher all over me. Okay. Yeah, we'll try some thinners with that one. Nice and thin. Not a small brush, but not too small. Okay, maybe this De La Rani is perfect for it. So I want to do his left arm. There's a lot of writing on the shoulder pad, so you definitely need to thin the paints down when you come to do this bit, I would say. Not that this is a tutorial, just saying. So I'll probably be going in and touching up some areas after this with Abaddon black, and that's fine. His augmented leg, I'm going to do that in lead belcher 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. There we go. That's looking good. Change the brush. And the gun, I think maybe bits of it will be. Well, I'll do the barrel all lead belcher though. sure yet. There, so I put the null nile on, that'll dramatically change the characteristic of that. For now, I think that's him. Alright. This is part of my Ford Ranger, which I'm going to do lead belcher. Yeah, so there we go. It's not been a very talkative on the bench. Sorry about that. But we're doing these together. Our projects. And it's always nice to have something up. So yeah. So I think I'm going to end it there. So yeah, yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll end it there. So thank you once again for joining me on the bench. This is what I've been working on at the moment. A little bit more to do. So yeah, my question, what short-term and long-term goals do you have for your hobby and or channel? Let me know. We'll talk about it next time. Till then, bye for now. All brushes lead to war.